Welcome back, everybody, to the Low Elo Lika Chess Championship. I hope you had a good day, because you are about to regret everything you've done today watching this video. So, basically, yesterday was the ending of round 2 of Low Elo Lika. And the games I saw and had to backread, vet, analyze, and cut it into bite-sized entertainment just for you killed my eyes, and my sanity, and my elo points, and everything in between. I will try to not injure your elo level. I sacrificed mine for the good of humanity. These games you're about to see includes Cole, the YouTuber Outright Ignite, go subscribe to him, other players on the championship, and 1,000 who managed to play some good games, and of course, my IRL friends playing on the tournament, and of course, some guy I've been helping with training games. Make sure to join the Discord, link on the description, join it, please. I want the activity, want the subscribers, let's go for 600, let's begin. And good morning, world. It's gonna be not morning in the rest of the video, because it's gonna take a while to see the rest of the games, but I don't care. England. Do I need to explain myself anymore? England Gambit on Rapid Game? No. Absolutely not. The central game. Okay, look. Now it's gonna get spicy. This is the central game. So basically what the players did there is e4, e5, d4. Transposition. Okay. Takes. Here. Now we're in a Vienna game, apparently. Wow, so many transpositions in just 3 moves. Okay, attacks the queen. Wow, that's impressive. Already 0.4. The engine decided to be a little dramatic. The reason why this is good is because you can just spin the pawn and you have to defend it this way. And then there's like moves like this. Or why is this not working? Because of this? What if they take? Oh, I guess you just win the bishop pair. Okay, I get it. Fine. So we have this instead. Now it's -1, we could say, because the engine is still thinking about it. I have it on standard, by the way. The engine strength is on standard, which means the maximum I can get, because I'm on the free version. I don't have memberships. Bishop takes. Here. Okay, so black is up a pawn in a gambit. This makes a lot more sense, though. I don't know why. What if they take? You take? Okay, so that's why it makes some sense. It creates a nice little triangle here, you can see. This is a triangle. If you don't know what a triangle is, go back to school. So, the best move is to take this, apparently, like I said. But, we have queen e2. It is -2. Why is it -2? Because you can just castle and sacrifice, because you can't take this, because you get pinned and cry. I don't know what my friend wanted to do here, but my opponent decided to... Not my opponent, Dim's opponent, because I'm not playing. I'm only watching, and I suffer. So, hangs a pawn. It's not taken. Just take that. It's fine. But fine. You develop a knight. It's -1.6. Rook moves. Why not? Why not that? Why? What? This doesn't make sense. Why not just castle and defend it? You move 2 pieces at the same time, and you do the exact same thing, compared to if you moved 1. I don't get it. Or whatever. Fine. You might be more brilliant than I am. 1 castles. Okay, that's all. Decision. Yeah, because takes. Now you need, and now you're in this endgame with horrific pawns. Okay, d6. Knight goes here. Bishop goes here. Oh my. Why is it so good? Because after this, then there's this. And you're in the better endgame. Because look at the pawns. Yeah, that's why. That doesn't happen. Okay, it takes. It's still better. Oh shit! Why not this? Whatever. It's still better for black though. Not gonna lie. Okay, knight did not have to move, but it moves. Okay, g3. Am I gonna go f4 or not? That's also fine. Okay, takes. Uh, okay. So the set game is winning for black because of the pawn structure, and the fact that black king is gonna have a better king. And let me also point out the fact that black is up a pawn, really, and also his structure is better than white's, so that's the reason why black is winning. King goes here. Now it's -1. It jumped from -1.6 to -1. Insane. F4. Now F4. So you played G3 to go F4 and you don't go F4. Terrific. Alright, what goes here? Honestly, probably shouldn't trade, but okay, you didn't trade. You're losing now. Oh. Okay, fork. Nice. Oh, counter fork, but you gotta check. Nice. Okay. So, just come back, defend the pawns. Nice. Okay, your opponent trades. Now this might be leaning towards a draw. Why? Because draw. Pawns are gonna get traded, knights are gonna get traded, might end up in a draw. Alright, now it's plus 1.3. This is far from a draw. Just take the pawn. Nice. Alright. Just go F4. 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 There we go. Nice. You finally played it. Alright. You should have activated your 9, but fine. Okay. Check. Nice. Win the pawn. Nice. Okay. Attacks the pawn. Defend your pawn. Nice. Okay. Goes here. Alright. Attack the pawn. Take the pawn. Or attack the knight and get checked and forked. Fine. Checked again. Now take this pawn. Nice. Okay. Now you're promoting. He is gonna promote. What the fuck happened here? What? Homie, that was your last line of defense. Why did you allow yourself to get forked like that? Christ almighty. Okay, he picks up the pawns and makes 2 queens. Okay. Fine. Future, unfortunately lost. Dim, my real life buddy, wins W. I definitely don't have a bias towards the players in this tournament. But holy shit. Yeah, this move was... Oh, sorry about that. This move was trying to trade off stuff. Forced trades, pretty much. And then attacks and forks and checks and cover-ups, forks. Wow, it's a massive game. It's a massive game, dude. Alright, now it's time for me to play the waiting game and wait for the next game, which is gonna be in God knows how long. Alright, now we're walking on a different game, which I forgot to record. It was from... One second. Windows being funny. Anyway, this was a game that I didn't manage to stay up enough to watch it. And someone wanted me to make it, so I did it. It's kind of hard balancing being a content creator and a student, okay? Listen, game was at 5 in the morning. I was studying all the way to like, I don't know, in a state 8 hours straight just watching games and demanding a bleacher. So, we got a nice little Vienna Gambit. Generally don't take the Gambit. That's all I've heard. I've never seen the Vienna Gambit. I've never played the Vienna Gambit. I've never faced a Vienna Gambit. Not even at 800, 900. I've never faced it. Straight up dead ass. I did not face it. So I got no experience in the Vienna Gambit. So if you manage to catch me off guard with the Vienna Gambit, you might win. But I know that this is the more solid approach. And if this happens, then apparently you take and then... okay. D6. Okay, I can't really quite criticize on the responses by black, really, because I don't have any, like, experience on the Vienna Gambit, but I know that you have to go knight f3 with white. So, knight c6, okay. I can't quite criticize the move order. This was g4. D3. And I accidentally exited my app. Okay, and that screenshot over there was from games I had to record. I forgot to close it. Anyway, so... A6 is the next move, attacking the bishop, takes, here, takes. I would argue black has the horse structure, and white has some fluid development. D5. One pawn move just kills everything. Why? Because after f takes, and you take like this because you think you're smart. Knight takes. And actually, that's not even the greatest move. The best move is to apparently just go back, because if they take, then you first of all got the knight. Second of all, you can just castle and keep everything hanging. If they take, you do this, and no 500 is gonna spot that, or 800, or not even I will spot that. But knight takes e4, cannot hate it. Knight goes here, queen goes here, and hangs a pawn and a bishop, hangs a rook as well, and then hangs the bishop again, and we end up with black being hunted out like this at g5 to attack the bishop, counter check here, and takes the free pawn and gets mated in 3 moves. Very quick game. Don't worry, there's definitely quicker ones. So let's go to the next one. Okay, next one. Future is playing with white. We have a perk. Okay, the perk. All right, so if you're facing a perk, after you have actually played like this, both of these, if you see with e4, the thing that I recommend doing is going like that. Everyone that plays a perk always go like this. They will not transpose to the Maroxid defense, and they will not do that. This is like a friend's. This is basically a friend's, but reverse pawn structure. It's instead of the friend's bishop, it's the dark square bishop. And your king will have to be a little exposed. Knight of 3, I don't hate it. This is the modern Geller system. e5 though is taken advantage by black, immediately switching up their opening repertoire, going to the filigree defense. So this is what we call a sudden transposition, where you transpose to something that you really don't like, and that's what we really don't like, a filigree. Knight c6. Now we're on Italian. Okay, so classic little Italian. Boring, but is solid and most popular opening for beginners and grandmasters alike. There's a certain Hans Niemann that plays this as well. d3, classic vintage Italian lines here. Bishop to e3. I think g6 is a novelty. I've never seen g6 in my entire life. I've seen h6, which, frankly enough, stops the fried liver attack. I've seen bishop going here. I've seen bishop going here to try and do this and have a glance in the center. Might even go for d5. I've never, ever seen g6. Never. I don't know. First of all, knight c3 develops another knight. Bishop g7. Queen d2. Castles. Bishop to h6. Trying to trade off the fianchetto bishop. And as you can clearly see, we went from 0.4 to minus 0.8. Why? Because of after this move, you gotta take that probably, and then after he takes, you need to find a way to reinforce this knight. Apparently this is the only move, and if they take, then you severely destroy your structure, but you should be fine. Kind of. So I said we have this move, which develops a queen. It's natural. I would have played that move myself. You generally don't want to take here, because if you take this bishop, then there's problems here. You're lucky that there are no problems with the queen, because after this move, you're actually in time for a counterplay, and you're actually in. Why is it plus? We were saying minus. Okay, so you gotta find a way to stop all of this, and if you do this, castles, it's because of this hero knight here. The reason why this doesn't work is because you can't save the knight; it's trapped. If you try, there's this. And then white is winning, apparently. I don't know why. The engine messed me up. I was thinking of something completely different, but now the engine messed me up. I don't know why. That was the only move found by the engine, which is banana. Wow. The engine must be getting really desperate. I don't know what honestly the best move is. The engine messed me up. I had something in mind, and the engine just nerfed it. Okay. Queen e7. Knight goes here. You probably take that. And takes. Takes. Here. Don't hate that move. Takes the knight instead. Now you have to live with the fact you have the double pawns, but they're not really a weakness unless you make them a weakness. Alright, h4. Random pawn pushing begins. Rook goes to b8 to attack the pawn. b3. Okay, so as long as you don't castle to the side, you should be fine, really. Goes here, plus 1.4, because you take the bishop, apparently. That doesn't happen, of course. I mean, you could take and then start some and take the free pawn, but then there's this. But then you can just defend like that, and you're fine. And if they do this, then you just go back, and you're fine. Okay. Obviously, that was not spotted. That was not spotted. H4, H5. Taking is probably like, what, plus 5? Yeah. So what do we have? F6 is top as a move, and we have this move instead, which I don't hate at all. You take the pawn. Takes the bishop first. Okay. A little in-between move. Goes here. Alright, now. Okay, we don't want to take this. We just... Alright. Okay. Check first. Now it's equal. Now it's like very equal. Knight takes the pawn. It's minus 1.6 here because of this discovered attack, which also defends the pawn. We just keep taking though and fork. The problem is it's actually terrible because of this move. And if you can clearly see, if you take the rook, then I come here. And you actually lose everything. You lose the entire house. And there's also a way to blunder mate. Queen c1 is mate. And your only choice to go here. After that, you just trade the queens and you win the knight. Or you can also just go here, threaten the promotion. And promote with a bishop. And then you take the knight. And then you enter this endgame where you're going to try to win. So that's why it's horrible to go for the fork. And obviously, queen f6. And in this position, white abandoned. I'm not joking. Abandoned. Yeah, I mean, white just abandoned here. By no means is this over. You just castle. Why not take the rook? You might be asking. The same concept. Actually, now it's even worse. Because after queen here, then you just come back and you have to move. Then takes. And then you just win the knight. Or even do this and lose the rook. And yeah, it's kind of fucked. Let's go to the next game. Alright, and now we're going to head to the second shortest game in the entire tournament. So far. We have e4, e5, knight f8, knight 6, bishop 4, the Italian 2 knights defense. Vintage, classic, nice little fried liver. Okay. What to do in the fried liver? What I used to do back in the day as a 800, 700, I went here, takes, and here. That's what I like to do. This, by today's standards, this is like nerfed. The point is to go here, like this. You got b4, b5, and if they take, and takes, you just, you can take like this, and they take, then you got this. And then you keep taking, you just check, and then trade queens, get this powerful bishop diagonal, and you got a -1 position. I might actually make a video on this. Maybe I will. Maybe, who knows, if the public wants it, I will do it. But we should probably all start playing the double Pegasus variation of the Pegasus defense. Yeah, so, instead of having knight a5, which I also don't hate. I used to play that a lot back in the day as well. When I was still afraid of the fried liver, and its potency. It really isn't that potent. Really, it's very easy to destroy. You just need to know how to do it. Check. C6. Not really worth to do this, but in this case, fine. B takes. Okay. Very interesting pawn structure. Bishop d3. Now the knight on the rim is kind of dim. Bishop e6. Why is this so bad? And then here. And you're left with double isolated pawns. And an isolated pawn and isolated pawn. That's the entire reason. But we have this entire sequence played out. Here, castles, and this. Okay, bishop goes here. Fine. Bishop develops this to try to get the queen out. Doesn't get the queen out, but instead pins. Attacks and actually. So takes. Oh, never mind. He just develops. Okay, now he sacrifices the pawn. That's the top engine move, by the way. Point being is that... Oh, oopsie. I messed up. Point is that after they take you, it's a draw. Because of this. And after... It's not a draw, never mind. The engine is just being a weird dead ass. Dead ass, I don't know what to call him. Dead ass loser. Okay, so after this move, it's plus 1.2. I knew it was plus 1.2, but the engine tried to refute my opinions, and it failed, and now it says plus 1.2. I love the engine. We have h3, which I would argue is the worst way to punch this. Really, just go g3. I know that exists. I know this is a forced draw by repetition. I know. But what you're about to see is chaos. h3. The weakest g3 square I've ever seen in my life. The only way to get out of this, plus 1.3, is to take the rook, and after they take back, it's over. Look. It's over. The only way to maintain some sort of attack and survive is to do this and go here. Because after this, then you escape. After this, you also keep escaping. Plus 2. Will 800 find that? Absolutely not. And it's actually 82. This could have been a mouse slip, really. We could have just hypothetically try to do this instead. Do this. I dropped my phone trying to do this. I apologize. Even that, attacking the queen is also not horrible, because after this move, then here, and apparently you're fine. No, you're not, because of this. Now there's a mating net. You have to trade, and then block this diagonal. You have to give a check. Then it's plus 3. Holdable, but unfortunately, might be the mouse slip did cause the game to end abruptly. Let's go watch a couple more games, and yeah. And that is one of my IRL friends playing this game. I think he's with Black, I think? Yeah, I think he's with Black. So, England Gambit. Like I said, don't need to explain myself twice. Really. England Gambit. We have the vintage Naroditsky line with here, and here. This is a vintage Naroditsky attack off the England Gambit. Apologize for all the notifications. I can't do much about them. I've tried to silence all of them, but then I would have to go to airplane mode and stuff like that, and it doesn't work. This position is actually one of the positions I want to reach as well. I play this with white myself. I win like 9 times out of 10, because the other 1 times out of 10 is me blundering like crazy. The only move that black has is c6, because if you play h6, for example, it's not this. Let's start with that. It's this little shit, this piece of shit. And after you try to go here, be like, oh wait, I can take this bishop. You take the knight. Then after that, if they take back, you take and you fork, so they can't do that. They have to go here, and you just go here. And if they take you, thinking that they've stopped, there is this move, which is brutal. Point is that you're just going to go here. And you can't quite go anywhere, really, with a queen. You just go here and try to threaten some, and then you go here. If you go here thinking they're smart, you just give this check. If they block it, it's like, what, close to mate. You sack the pawn here and get in. Apparently that's not even the top of this move. You go here. And after this move, here. And if they take this bishop, it's like, what, mate in 11. And if they take this bishop, then it's like, also probably going to be mate here. And then you also got the hanging queen answer down here. So if they retreat the queen, for example, Mate 9, yeah, it's kind of bad. So, it's not bishop takes f6 though. It's not this. This is not the entire point. Alright, queen goes here. Might as well take it and destroy the pawn structure. Okay, rapid development. You could have tried to win a pawn, but fine. Here. Oh, you got it. You have the same thing again, but with an extra piece out. Damn. Okay, long castles. Alright, just don't trade that. Okay. Long castles. Free pawn. Eventually, not right away. Okay. What's is that? Okay. H3. What a move. Trying to stop bishop to g4, I suppose. Really? I don't see another point behind that. Okay. Check. Alright. Far away check. Flexing your move. Your ankle. Angles. Alright. King b8. This is normal stuff to do when you cast alongside, so you don't like get caught lacking with the pawn and a7. Alright, bishop goes here. Alright, free pawn, take that, nice. Okay, so we now decide to hang this. So, it got played, e takes d5. Now, if you take, then there's this, and if you take, here, just worse endgame for black, I have to say, because you're down material. You're down like 2 pawns. It feels like you're down a lot more than just 2 pawns, really. You're down the whole game. But we have bishop takes d5, knight takes d5, pawn takes d5, bishop takes d5, pawn goes here, and now, okay, we do that. I like how white is completely winning, by the way, just saying. White is completely winning. Yeah. Alright, h4. Removing the pawn out of danger. You could have also played something like this. You could have tried something like that, but then the pawn would hang either way, so you're whatever. Alright, pawn goes to h4. Not trading, instead trading on your own terms. So, okay, I guess. Right here. Goes back. Here. Here. You could have tried something different here. You could have tried this. And then you would probably have to force this and then trade to this endgame. Opposite color bishops, but when the pawns are far apart like that, it's easy to pick them out, kill them, and ask their political beliefs. So, rook e2. Alright, bishop goes there. I don't like the nature of b3 in this case. I like the idea of making a loft for your king, but if you want to make a loft, you either suppose this pawn probably, or in severe cases, this pawn. Because yeah, they're gonna do that and hang their bit. They can't do that. They don't have a light square bishop to threaten that. Why do you give them a little bit of hope with b3? Because now they can do stuff like this. Not right away because they're losing, but they have chance. That's a mate threat right there. Look, if you go here, you're actually lucky that's not mate because this bishop covers. But let's say you don't see that and you play something like, I don't know, this to try and free your square. This, and it's mate. So stop playing b3 without a valid reason. Please. Okay, we have this that actually got played. Wow. You stopped the mate. Okay, you stopped the mate. Why did you have to... Okay, sure. Whatever. I will stop talking. Alright, here. I'm trying with the pawn. Alright, defend it. Track. Here. Nice. Goes back. Nice. Oh, black is winning. Black is winning. Oh, my friend is winning. Let's go. Take the rook. Nice. This. Nice. Okay, this is just... I don't have to explain anything here. It's just a matter of technique. Doesn't even protect the pawn. Check first and then... Oh, we don't even take the pawn. We sack it. Nice. Okay, here and here. And just... You know what I'll do? Just take the pawn here. No way to stop it. But fine. Right. Nice. Just promote. You could have also just done a rook mate. Missed mate in one. Okay, found it. Oof. Okay. Folks... Stop playing the England on a 10-5 rapid game. Just not good. Because it's a risky gambit. You're not... What are you going to do? The opening trap? At what level are you? If you're like a 800, maybe you could be forgiven. But as a 1300 plus, maybe you should stop playing it, really. Just follow the knight f6 lines or d5 and play something that type of stuff. Yeah, just don't stop playing. Maybe you can even get yourself involved in a Richter Veresov attack, which I have no clue that existed, or maybe in something like that looks like an Italian but with d4 d5. Maybe you could do that. I am pretty sure my friends on the Discord server surely doesn't want to know that this existed, and I flipped my phone again. Congratulations. Let's go to the next game. Alright, we're reaching the final games. So, before we start, I'm gonna have to start by saying this is a game that Cole played. I will actually show you another game that he played. I'm gonna start off simple. By saying this is not fake. Oh, sorry about that. This is not a fake game. What you're about to see is real. Let's begin. Caro-Kann. Okay, so far so good. This Caro-Kann. Actually, this Caro-Kann. The advanced variation. This c5 break that Gotham Chess recommends. I have said about the Caro-Kann, eventually it will stop working and people switch to the Sicilian or something else. Knight f3. This is a way to play against the Caro-Kann. Knight c6 putting pressure to the pawn chain. Bishop e3 defending. Knight to f5. I'm sorry, bishop g4. Sorry, low-key blind. This past couple of days they've been they've been kind of awful. Let's be real. So black is aiming for development. Also, by the way, do you remember why White put those pieces here to support the center? Guess what White does? He breaks the center immediately. That actually is low-key. Is it the top-ended move? No, it's not the top-ended move. Now it gives black something to fight for. D4. This is a good move because it's a threat. You need to move your bishop, so you move it somewhere. And then black just storms the center, and that's kind of bad. This should not be happening. E6 is what is chosen. It's a solid move. You're supporting the center, but the engine argues that you're just giving away too much space. That's why the engine argues for an advantage for white. Bishop to b5 is played. To add pressure to the pin piece. Knight to e7 is played. h3, asking the bishop a question. And yes, this is indeed almost hanging a bishop. This is indeed almost hanging a bishop. White is lucky that they have knight c3. So bishop takes f3. Not really, to be fair, black's bishop not have any future, but it's fine. Alright, queen takes. Now knight to f5. Attacking the bishop, trying to reclaim the bishop pair. He does get the chance to reclaim the bishop pair. And also tries to get rid of the double pawns. Cole is doing an amazing job playing with white. Okay, takes the thing. Now take it with the queen. What the fuck? Okay, so the reason why you want to take with the queen is because you want to defend the center. Cole is fantasizing an attack here. That is what Cole is doing right now. He's thinking of an attack. He's thinking of a way to knock out your opponent as fast as possible. No, don't do that. No. I know the point of the game is to checkmate your opponent as fast as possible. No, that's not the point. That's the game. The game's entire point is to checkmate your opponent. It doesn't say when or how. It just says checkmate. Just take it slow. Make slow improvements. Like, for example, take here and defend your center. That move ever happens, well, you're going to have to move out the way and give up the pawn anyway. But taking the pawn, actually, is kind of bad considering according to the engine, because you take this pawn. Now you got some sort of attack, and if this move ever happens, which might happen, they can't take your bishop, because it's defended, and now they have to go alongside. Which leads to an equal game. So you need to be patient and make slow, improving moves to your position. That is the start of positional chess. F takes e3 is kind of ridiculous, because now you have a horrible pawn structure. Double isolated pawns, but you get open lines. Will Cole use those open lines? Yes, but also no. Why not castle? Castle is way better. I don't know why you had to leave your king on the center voluntarily. At least castle if you're going to go for an attack. But I get it. Maybe he wants to do a pawn storm. It's fine. I mean, he wants to go long. Now it's minus 2.3 because the way to counter this simple checkmate is to just castle. And in fact, they castle. Well, I forgot about that move. In an attempt to put more pressure on the center, white allowed this. Oh, not that, but this apparently is the better move. Also, taking the pawn is completely fine, because in this case, if white goes the queen here, then you're just gonna simply try to win the bishop. Because if you try to escape, takes. If you take, fork. That's also a thing on the table. You take, well, you're in for a massive attack. You can even be a little patient. Then you take the bishop, and if you take back the pawn, well, this is kind of a killing move, because then you're just gonna get in with everything. If you try to block, it's mate in 13. I don't think black will find mate in 13, but will definitely destroy their opponent, which is cool in this case. Knight takes c5 is played, which is also a very good move. You're forking two pieces, a queen and a pawn. Queen moves there. Now we take the pawn. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay, so white has a chance to take a free bishop. You should have been a little bit patient and gave this check first, so you could actually defend the bishop. Now you can take it. Okay. Instead, you're a little hasty. You're a little hasty. I get it. It's not the end of the world. He'll at least get the bishop. Oh my. Okay. Folks, when you see free pieces that do not have a follow-up to being free, take them. Really. It's just think a little bit. It is 10-5. You got plenty of time to think. You got plenty of time. You get even bonus time, which for your chess improvement, 10-5 is bad. Because you need to learn how to use time efficiently, which will not be restored. That's the purpose of 10-0. So, what now? We have this, which double attacks, one castles. Okay, it's -4. In my opinion, it's gonna minus 3.5, but it's basically the same thing. Point is, white is under a massive attack. Opposite side castling. Yeah, not good. Queen trade offered while you're on the attacking side. Listen, I know you're up material. I know you're up like a pawn. Actually, no. Hold up, let me count. Now, you're up 2 pawns. And you have better prospects on the position because of your pawn structure. But when you're attacking somebody, you gotta make threats. You don't care about the spawn. What if they take it? What? You're just gonna pin them. You're just gonna pin them. They're just gonna be isolated. They can't do anything. And if you go here, you can give this check as well. And now they're on the run. And now you can just give checks. Or in this case, it's kind of bad, but you can give this check too. And then slowly, you'll just hunt the king down. And the knight tries to escape, well, it's like gonna be mate. Like, just don't trade queens when your opponent is desperately hanging for a queen trade. But what's better, white did not take the queen or move the queen out of the way. He just left it there. Cole just left the queen there to die. He was too bored to sign the divorce papers, so he called a hitman to take out his own wife. That's what happened on this. And this happens. And now, normally there's some massive twist and black loses the game, but no, black is actually in 1,000 and has a brain cells of 1,000. And instead, all the pawns are picked, and guess what? You make a queen. It's still mate. It's mate in 2, but he makes a rook here. Somewhere around, in this position, if you made a queen, he made a rook. If you made a queen, by the way, you got 3 mates in 1 here. You go here, mate in 2, and here you got like a million mates. Mates in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. It's a mate. You got 2 queens, but no. Wanted to be a little disrespectful and made a rook instead, or try to avoid stalemate. That's probably why, and fails to find it. There was like a convincing. Mate in 2 here, this, and then the queen just goes like this, or like this, if you want to get up close and personal. But it's fine, you can miss those tactics, it's fine, you're 1,000, you're forgiven, and that's how the game ends. Let's go to 2 more games, or 3, I forgot how to count, and then I'll have to take a knife and blind myself, because what I saw, I cannot unsee this. Let's go to the next game. All right. So, next game. Cole, again, is with the black side this time. Caro-Kann. Advanced Panov attack. or accelerated. Basically, it's like a Maroxy bind on the Karakan. You're trying to restrict your opponent from playing. You can even go d4 if you want. The main pan off, I think, is like this. No, this is the Slav Demir Gambit. Now this is a Slav defense, and you're basically giving up the spawn for rapid development. I've never seen this. I thought it was the pan off attack. Damn. We have the accelerated pan off though, and d5, c5. Do I need to explain myself why this is a bad move? I think you can guess. So d takes. Knight c3. Okay, so we're playing some sort of a gambit here. That's fine. Bishop to f5. Hanging onto the pawn. You could also play like this. I know the engine hates it, but if this happens, just defend yourself. Really, you're fine. Bishop to f5. Okay, I don't hate it. Okay, g4. G4. Alright, nice. Okay, so you're trying to trap a bishop. Okay, I got it. I get it. You want to initiate a kingside attack on move like 5. It's fine. Cole, just don't lose your bishop. You could have played h6 or h5 that are more flexible, and you don't have to commit your f-pawn very often, because sometimes you might need to go f5 and you're going to have to waste another tempo. But fine. You decide what to do, boss, and you go here. The funny part is, if you went h6, you'd have actually defended the pawn, but because you went here, you lose the pawn. Okay. You do anything you want anyway in this life. Okay, the bishop moves for a third time. You better keep that bishop on the board for at least a while. Okay. Alright, d5. Defends the knight. Fine move. Just the dark squares of the king. Like, all this is open, but this is closed, so it kind of compensates. This is also a free pawn, because if they take, then you've got this, and yeah, they lose a pawn. So yeah, did not get spotted. Instead, it's actually attacked to ensure that you get the spawn. You could still take it, I think, if you go here, here, and here. Yeah. Oh, the bishop. I think the engine prefers the bishop more. But whatever. You do not control this square twice. Folks, listen. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Okay, so black thought that this works. Why doesn't it work now? Because you have this. That's why it doesn't work. Okay. Good. But fine. Bishop takes 5. Bishop takes 5. Oh god. This is even horrific. You take back. Now you've got the same thing again. And you've... Folks, what is going on? Oh my. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh my god. It's -4. Oh jeez. Alright. Oh, there's the... Okay, so the point of this is that you do this, and when they take, you just check them like that, and you win the rook. But if you think they're smart, and they don't actually, like, do this, and you go here, they lose the rook straight up. So, it's not your castle. Okay, fine, you would not see that, you're 800. You would not see, like, a 2-move combination to win material. It's fine. It's fine. It's actually a little hard to see, especially with the anxiety of winning and stuff like that. We have this attacking move, which does that still exist? Oh, it still exists. It's still on the board. Oh my god. And it's not the top move. I think it's going to be the top move in a second. No, this is the top move. But fine. Also, bishop takes f3 works. It's like second line. It's going to be top line in a second. Give it a little bit. It's climbing. It's climbing up there. It's, let's say, one climb, but let's be real, it is probably the top engine move. Okay, so we go here. We're attacking 2 pawns. Fine. Good move. Wow. That's an idea for a 600. The problem is if you didn't take... Cole didn't take, which is surprising. The thing is, if you take, then front lines are open to your king. But it's still horrible for white to deal with. I still have this, which makes sense. I'm trying to remind the pawn structure. Okay, takes. And takes. Okay. I know the engine is like -1.4, but then you realize, oh, white is it's dead. That's what's happening here. Okay, white, to his credit, is trying to make some sort of counterplay. Move like this, shuts down some lines. In fact, it gets played, which is surprising. Okay, now it goes here, and lose the game on the spot once more because of that move. Does this still work? No, it doesn't. Okay, so here. Takes. Okay. Loses the pawn, fine. I mean, and lose the rook as well. Okay, now it's just a simple matter of conversion. Okay, you get forked, but it doesn't matter because you can save it, and then you go here, and your opponent is so graceful that they just trade everything. You could have also had the chance to trade rooks here and won, but fine. Take this pawn, and instead you find mate in a couple moves. You make 3 rooks, that's insane. Why not make a knight, for example, to have a mate in 2 with this and this? Like that? No, I don't know why. But you make a rook instead to try and do a 3 rooks, Gotham's favorite dream, to checkmate your opponent with a billion rooks. And yeah, you win off resignation. You formed the triple Alekhine Nerf gun non-enhanced edition, which is offered from PlayStation for $49.99, and your opponent resigns. So let's watch 2 more games, and I will talk to my therapist. All right, last game. Vienna. That's actually, the one who's playing with white is actually one of the people that I played a couple training games with. He's trying. Okay, so Vienna game. The Vienna Gambit exists, so Vienna Gambit you go for. Bishop to b4. Apparently, the 600 who's playing with black doesn't take the Gambit, but also fails to realize that this is also a thing. Fine, knight f3. Mainline, Vienna Gambit style. That's not mainline. What am I talking about? I'm probably the one who's the low elo along. B takes. Okay, spicy. E takes c4. Now you're playing straight into the Gambit. All right. Now it's like +1 because of this nice development that white gets. D6. Okay, now you get the pawn back. Nice. With tempo. Whoa. Well, okay. Yeah, you do that. Or you could just go develop mode. Fine. Bishop g5 is also good. Attacks the pawn. Bishop d3, yep, okay. Cool. Nice. Yes, the mistake of continuity. You forget that a piece is defending another piece and you lose it. Nice. Congratulations. Alright, now, okay, you're lucky, alright, rook. Oh my. Woo! This is how my IT teacher sounds like when he's happy or celebrating something. Woohoo! And just spreads out some random names. Anyway, yeah, that's uneventful. Not all. Now you just take the pawn. Good. Okay, and let me guess, you take the. Okay, you're just winning. It's mate, like close to mate or something. You win the rook. Oh, it's +9. Oh, +13. Oh, you're attacking everything. Oh, you're so good. Oh, you're sacrificing for the 2 pawns on the 6th rank. Oh, you're promoting. Oh, yes. Don't allow your opponent to make a queen. Sacrifice your rook for the knight so your opponent... Nice. Okay, you missed mating 1. Simple, dovetail mate. Fine, whatever. Okay. Mate in 7, you won't see that, but whatever, fine. Okay, you win some pawns. You give another check. Good. Mate in 2. Mate in 1. Another mate in 1 missed. It's fine. You'll find it. Alright, it's just a ladder. By the way, this exact style another game ended, like with the rook and queen. Oof. Okay, so that's the last game. I don't feel like seeing more. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. League Cup semifinals and finals coming up for low elo. Then it's high elo. Then it's me retiring. I'm joking. You retire from chess when you die. That's how it works. It's a huge addiction, really. I retire when I die from chess. So that's all. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you manage to keep your elo minds safe and sound and still alive after watching all this stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Get out.